F1 GT3 1 hour. This stream's coming in a little late, but I did get around to it. We're here at Road Atlanta. The grid has been decided by the current championship standings after Laguna Seca, which are in the description. As always, Mr. Charles Leclerc was your winner yesterday in a kind of hectic race at Laguna Seca, partly due to some lap car shenanigans. But this is a much tighter track, an even shorter track than Laguna Seca. The tire wear has been turned up a bit, so I'm hoping we get some more excitement compared to what we had yesterday. Alright, folks, without further ado, let's make sure we've got our... Yep, everything's ready. Sainz leads the field as the current points leader. Fernando Alonso goes around Lewis Hamilton for third. We're on the first lap, but we already have Tsunoda, Piastri, more fighting Max Verstappen trying to gain spots. Logan Sargeant also on the outside looking in. Oh, and that's a McLaren spot. It's Lando Norris, and he collects Sergio Perez. Yellow flags on the circuit. Crazy opening lap. As Sainz leads from Leclerc from Hamilton, and Stroll, who's now around his teammate. George Russell's lost positions. Verstappen passed by Logan Sargeant now. Crazy start to this race. Norris with some damage on his car. Well, gets around the two Alpines just so much faster than those cars. Perez also with a lot of damage. We might have some cars coming down this lap. Lance Stroll up into the podium positions, but he's in the pits. Magnussen up to fourth. Alonso also in the pits. Disappointing start for the Aston Martins. Really fast cars too. It's going to be a damage repair stop. Nothing else. A lot of cars coming in with damage for damage repairs at the end of lap 1. The Ferraris lead from Hamilton, Magnussen, Russell, Albon, Tsunoda to 7, Piastri 8, Sargeant 9th, Verstappen 10, DeVries 11th, Bottas 12th, Ocon 13th. Norris 17th, Hulkenburg 18th, and Perez 19th, dead last. That was an absolute crazy start. And that's going to spread the field out a good bit and really ruffle up the championship standings as the Aston Martins are so fast at the start but had damage that needed to get repaired. Now they're going to struggle to get back to the points. You're going to give guys like Haas, Mercedes, and maybe a couple other teams chances to catch up a bit in points. But Ferrari, untouched. Sainz leads teammate Leclerc. Things have calmed down a bit now. Albon P6, Piastri 7th. Tsunoda and Sargeant both running the points. Verstappen back up to the points. DeVries nearly in the points. Also, the Red Bulls have gotten their new Fords. The Alpine's not running dead last. That's another big thing. Although those Aston Martins are going to be wicked quick. They're going to have a lot of work to do today, though. Running 15th and 16th. But those cars have been very quick this season so far. I wouldn't put it behind them to make an amazing comeback. Norris has a really fast car on the straights today. Could potentially make a comeback, and the Haas's have just been good all-rounders. Perez, on the other hand, has had a season to forget so far. Hamilton now putting the pressure on to Leclerc. If Charles makes a mistake, Lewis is there to sweep in and take second away. Charles won last time out in Laguna Seca. A race that Carlos Sainz dominated the first half of. Will he need assistance to win again tonight, or will he be able to pull off the win on his own merit? Or will Lewis be able to get around him and bring the fight to the other car? Top 11 have pulled away from the rest of the field. But the Aston Martin's catching up to this pack right here. Alonso makes quick work of Pierre Gasly. So does Lance Stroll. Through on the other Alpine and now through on the Aston Martin. As well as his teammate Lance Stroll. These Astons, unbeatable 166 down the straight. It'll only be a matter of time before they catch up to the lead pack. Sainz leads Alonso with the fastest lap. If he can get back to the points, that's an extra point for him. May not have had a great start, but he sure as hell is going to fight his way back up to this points pack, I guess. Aston Martins are flying today. Already catching up to Max Verstappen in his new Ford, and they have more fuel than the rest of the field as they have already stopped, and they are incredibly quick. Look at where they are already. Alonso up on his previous time, looking to take the fastest lap away from himself. He is flying out there. Can anyone go as fast as Alonso today? Across the stripe, he improves by almost 4/10. Fernando Alonso already at the back bumper of Max Verstappen. Can he get around him easily, or will Verstappen make it a tough task? On board with Alonso here. How will he try and get around Verstappen? Can he do it here? Moves right. Teammate Stroll, can he follow? Can Alonso get the move made? He does. Verstappen unable to take it back. Time for teammate Lance Stroll to make his move. Down the straight, Stroll through on Verstappen. Alonso catching up to the points pack. Can anyone stop Alonso from getting back to the points? I think not. Alonso, a madman on a mission. Piastri in the pits. He got front bumper damage. He's come in for a repair and some fuel. Any new tires on that McLaren? I believe not. Alonso now, next car to catch, Nyck DeVries. And he's almost there. Here he is. Right in back bumper on the AlphaTauri. He has a good slipstream. Looking for a way around. But the AlphaTauri not making it easy. Here goes Lance Stroll! Through on the both of them. Can Alonso get the move made as well? Squeezed out by the AlphaTauri, but he refuses to give up. DeVries manages to stop Alonso, but he was unable to thwart Stroll. Alonso now really going to be looking to get around that AlphaTauri, and he finds the inside, but DeVries again with a block. Stroll now running away. Alonso has to do something quick. Only one car between him and a points finish now. Will Alonso be able to make a move here? He finds the inside, he gets it done into the corner. Great move there from the 42-year-old, I think. Pushing out DeVries. He gets the spot. Great defense by Nyck DeVries. Here goes Lance Stroll on Logan Sargeant now. Can't find room. How about in this corner? Sargeant covers him off. Alonso now trying to catch back up to his teammate Stroll. No team orders in Aston Martin today. If anything, it's just get around as many cars as you can.
Aston Martins look to be slowed down by the cars in front. Alonso, though, could he get back around his teammate? He looked faster. The Aston Martin's incredibly quick today. They must have brought some kind of upgrade. Alonso, is he going to try a move? Trying to go on the outside of his teammate, but that was not the move to make. Stroll finds the inside of Sargeant and Tsunoda. But Tsunoda and... oh no, did he get Sargeant? Side by side, the two. Sargeant defending with all of his life. Forces Stroll to the outside. Teammate Alonso through. Does Alonso have the inside on Logan Sargeant? He looks for it. Sargeant covers it off, but Alonso trying to open the door as Stroll tries to go on the outside of his teammate. Backs out of it. Alonso now going to try to catch back up to Sargeant after having a little battle with his teammate there. Here he comes onto the straight. Good toe on Logan Sargeant. Can he get around this lap? Does he look right? Stroll does.
Alonso now staying tucked in a little longer, waiting to make his move. Will he move left? Waits just a little longer now. He knows he can get around that Williams, but he's not trying to rush. Moving Stroll now down the inside of Alonso, trying to take ninth away again. You know, if these Astons would stop fighting and just start working together, they could be even further up the grid. Magnussen in. Will Stroll be able to get around Sargeant? Looking, but Sargent's doing an incredible job of covering them off. Stroll, is he trying the outside? He does try the outside of Sargeant. Did he go around the outside? No, just runs out of room. And runs a little wide on exit, but is that going to stop him from trying again? Down the straight they go again. Stroll moves right. He has the space. He gets the move done on the straight before the braking zone, and he covers off Sargeant. Stroll now also may try the inside of Tsunoda. Does not. Can Alonso get around Sargeant now? No pressure from his teammate behind. Sargeant actually comes into the pits for fresh tires. Up to 6 now, fighting Tsunoda. Those Astons incredibly quick. And this track incredibly abusive on tires. Stroll now looks potentially to the inside of Tsunoda. Can he get it done? Pushing Tsunoda out. Tsunoda goes a little wide. Stroll now makes a teeny bit of contact. He's through on Tsunoda. Now teammate Alonso trying to make a move as well. Will he go on the other side? Looks to find a spot. Alonso through on Tsunoda as well. Both Aston Martins flying through the field, back up to 5th and 6th. Leader Carlos Sainz as the top 4. Hamilton in for fuel. He's out of fuel. That's huge. Sainz, Leclerc still perfectly fine on their fuel. Stroll and Alonso decide to stop early. Tsunoda now, back to 3rd. DeVries, 4th now. Hamilton on his way out of the pits. What tires will he be on now? Fresh hards for the Mercedes. Looks like it's going to be fresh hards for the Aston Martins as well, as they may now have to fight their way back through the field again. Sainz and Leclerc starting to get lower on fuel. Will they come down this lap? Charles looking slightly better on fuel. Sainz shows no signs of pitting. But Charles, his teammate, decides to dive down. Interesting decision by Charles, considering he had more fuel. Tsunoda also heading into the pits. DeVries, will he stay out? He does. Norris now up to 5th, also staying out. Sainz, but now caught behind Hulkenburg. This is going to hinder him. As we can already see Stroll on the back bumper of Gasly now. Teammate Alonso had a slightly slower stop, but still right there. The Aston Martins, will they be fighting for positions together or by themselves? That Alpine slower than both Aston Martins for sure. Today the Aston Martins have been absolutely rapid. They want a points finish. They deserve a points finish. Carlos Sainz finally dives down for a pit stop. DeVries. Nyck DeVries will take the lead. No, he'll have to pit as well. Sainz should hold the lead unless he was held up by Hulkenburg on his outlap. One Alpine, another Alpine down for Stroll. Can Alonso fly by? He does. Can he fly by Bottas? Does not. Wait! In the corner. No, Bottas covers off. Stroll through to 10th. Alonso looking for 11th. Gets into the back of Bottas, who's now in the pit lane. Sainz out in front of his teammate, only just though. Oscar Piastri leads. What a crazy race so far. Magnussen up into 5th, Lewis Hamilton 4th, George Russell 6th, Stroll and Alonso 7th and 8th. Nobody would have thought the Aston Martins would be up at the front. The Alpines in the points, 9th and 10th. Tsunoda just outside the points at 11th. This has been the race to watch if there ever was a race to watch this season. Dark night skies here in Atlanta, Georgia today. Here goes Lance Stroll on George Russell. A little bit of contact, trying to get him out of the way. Lance Stroll through on George Russell, who is, not going to let him through. Stroll tries the outside, but has to back out to stay on the circuit. Alonso now trying to benefit off of that. Can Lance Stroll get around George Russell before teammate Fernando Alonso gets close enough to try and move out of himself? Lance Stroll now on George Russell again. Down the inside. Pushes Russell wide. Through on George Russell is Lance Stroll. Now Alonso. He had a much better run out of that corner than George Russell, but George Russell not trying to let him through. Easy peasy. Trying to block as Lance Stroll now tries to run away from the pair of them. Alonso is looking for the perfect opportunity to get alongside George Russell. That is not this moment. As now Lance Stroll will chase down Lewis Hamilton. These Astons are unstoppable. Somebody's got to do something about them. Alonso now being held at bay by George Russell. George Russell's going to try his best to keep that the status quo for the rest of the race, but I have a feeling he's going to struggle with that. Alonso and that Aston Martin are very quick. Piastri also has a pretty quick car down that straight. As his F1 reaches 168 down the straight. What about the Ferrari? Struggling to manage just 150 as Kevin Magnussen down the inside of Charles Leclerc. Can't get the move made, but showing that superior speed. Lance Stroll alongside Lewis Hamilton right there, as Alonso did indeed get around George Russell. Stroll not able to get around Hamilton that easy. Who knew these Aston Martins would be such weapons today? Norris up to 12. He had a rough start. He's got really good tires and pretty decent amount of fuel in that car. Now back to Hamilton versus Aston Martin. And potentially Magnussen v Ferrari. Ferrari might not have a good race here. Their cars not seemingly as quick as their competition, but their drivers very skilled. No doubt about that. Will Kevin Magnussen make a move on Charles? Will Lance Stroll make a move on Lewis Hamilton? Will Alonso make a move on Stroll? Magnussen through on the straight, into third, onto the podium. Stroll and Alonso side by side on corner entry. Piastri finally has to come down for some fuel. Charles through back on Magnussen in the following corner. What a battle between these two. Stroll pushed off the circuit by Alonso. They are fighting tooth and nail. Alonso up into fifth around his teammate. Amazing battles up here. This has been a hell of a race to watch. Oh, that's Kevin Magnussen struggling. It's his tires. Oh, he has rear bumper damage. Mistake from Kevin Magnussen causes him damage alongside Lewis Hamilton. Both cars now going to need a pit for repairs. Wow. Let's take an instant replay look there and see what happened to Kevin Magnussen there. Kevin Magnussen got on the grass, got loose, and then Hamilton just collected him. Nothing he really could have done there as Alonso now makes his way around Magnussen in the corner. Stroll has to wait a little longer. That will definitely impact the top speed of that Haas right there. I hear. Yes. Alright. Now will Alonso make a move on Hamilton or wait for him to enter the pits? As Sergio Perez now goes a lap down. Hamilton diving down inevitably for his repairs alongside Magnussen. Alonso now into third, Stroll into fourth. Almost at the halfway point now in the race. Alonso around Perez. Stroll struggling a little bit to get around Perez though.
Alonso has not finished on the podium yet this season. 2 fourth-place finishes so far for the Spaniard, as he's absolutely hunting down the Ferraris. Apparently the team has a much different strategy to Ferraris, and maybe even a better car today. Oscar Piastri also potentially a dark horse leading this race, maybe. Leclerc catching teammate Sainz, but Alonso catching him quicker than he's catching his teammate. Here goes Alonso down the inside of Charles. Made it look easy. Now Alonso to go down the inside of Sainz, or will they try and move here down the straight? Alonso trying to make a move on Sainz, Stroll trying to make a move on Leclerc. Alonso has the inside. They make a little bit of contact. Side by side, the two Spaniards fighting for the lead. Leclerc barely holding off Stroll. And for how much longer can he? At least for now, Alonso needs to get around Sainz for his strategy to work. And needs to get around him quickly. Oh, but he makes a mistake. He's off the circuit, and he loses second place to Leclerc. Oh, slip up from Alonso. The last thing he needed. And that's also going to hold up teammate Stroll a little bit, but thankfully no damage for the Aston Martin. Although maybe a shat pair of underwear after that. Alonso may be pushing too hard. Now has to get back around Charles. He moves out. Around the first Ferrari with ease. Stroll attempted to go down the inside of Leclerc now. He has the inside. Nothing. Alonso now through on Carlos Sainz, uses the left car, Valtteri Bottas to his advantage. What a move! What a move! What a move! Valtteri Bottas not having the day he wanted. Alonso now going to try to run away from Sainz before he has to pit again. Russell quite a while back though. Alonso has checked out. He says sayonara. Now has Pierre Gasly to worry about. Will the Alpine hold the Aston Martin up? Not even slightly. Around him with ease. Stroll now around Leclerc into third, looking to make a move on the other Ferrari. Alonso now going to enter the pits with a little advantage over Sainz. Stroll also in the pits. New tires for Alonso. George Russell picks up P3. Piastri up to 4th. Norris up to 5th. The McLaren's making a resurgence. Alonso now on finish hardness. With teammate Stroll, they both come out of Nyck DeVries. Behind Yuki Tsunoda. How will Ferrari's strategy play out? George Russell now in the pits. Hamilton not having the greatest race, fighting with the Haas to stay in the points. It's Verstappen chilling right outside the points. George Russell next in the pits. Will he be in front of teammate Lewis Hamilton? Caught up to Tsunoda here. Tsunoda on worn tires. Alonso on freshies. Will they make the move into this corner? Down the inside. Gets into the quarter panel. He has the inside on the turn. Pushes Tsunoda out wide. Gets a good exit. Good move through Tsunoda. McLaren's though. Looking very good today. Norris around his teammate Piastri. Absolutely flying today. Stroll now trying to catch up to Tsunoda to make a move. Quite a whiles back from his teammate Alonso. As the sun starts to come up here in Atlanta, Georgia. The McLarens make quick work of the Alpine, although Piastri has much more fuel than Norris. Can Norris make it to the end with only one more pit stop? And can Fernando Alonso catch up to the pair of McLarens? Or did they pull an incredible strategy right from underneath our eyes? Leclerc gets around Hulkenburg and loses a bit of time to his teammate, which should be able to survive a one more stop. Will the Ferraris hold on to win and maybe have another one too? Or will McLaren and or be able to spoil their day? As Alonso now has to come back around Perez. Does so with ease. I guess it doesn't matter what car check goes in, he can't do anything. honest, if Red Bull makes a decision to pull Checo out and put Ricciardo in that car, he's had 3 races to score, and he's finished nearly dead last in all of them, and actually is dead last in this one. Piastri around Ocon. Alonso through on Bottas, no problem at all. His light's coming off before Bottas is doing. Piastri now getting through the final chicane. Leclerc in the pits. Sainz on the hand stays out. Will Leclerc be taking tires indeed? Will he be on hards? I believe so. Unless that team thinks they can stretch in medium. Stroll around Perez. Alonso. 3rd, Piastri. 2nd, Sainz, the leader, now trying to get around lap car, Nico Hulkenburg. Leclerc trying to negotiate. Hamilton close behind. Still needs a stop, but can still try and hinder Leclerc. Piastri now entering the chicane next to the straight as Alonso gets onto it. But Piastri's pit stop will be longer, and he now has 5 cars in front. Actually, that's the lead for Piastri as Sainz comes down into the pits. Now it's Piastri's job to deal with Hulkenburg. Hulkenburg holds on Piastri, that would be exactly what Alonso needs. His teammate Lance Stroll struggling a little bit to keep up. Alonso needs to come out as far ahead of Sainz as possible. If Sainz on hards, Alonso now past the pit lane exit as Sainz begins his journey out of the pits on what looked to be a new set of hards. It is. Charles comes out of the pits in front of his teammate. The undercut has worked. Sainz is even behind Hamilton. Not what the points later wanted. But is Stroll quick enough to stay ahead of the Ferraris? Alonso miles in front of both Ferrari cars now. But he still needs to make a stop. Piastri has damage on the front bumper. That must have came from Hulkenburg. How did that happen? Piastri just got into Hulkenburg a little too hard and has caused himself to need to make an early stop. But can that be Piastri's final pit stop? I do believe so, but the damage repair will cost her time in the pits. Here comes Oscar Piastri into the pits. Will he go on to a fresh set of hards now? If he was able to pit later, maybe he could have picked a softer compound. Team filling it up with fuel. They do not take new tires. Alonso coming out of the final corner now. Piastri on his way out of the pits. Damage repaired. Alonso now ahead of the McLaren, who's on his way with a slow exit out of the pit lane. Stroll into second. Will Hamilton pass Piastri? Nope. That means Piastri will finish ahead of the McLarens. Could he win today? That would be incredible. Alonso now through. Piastri still a decent bit behind Alonso. Who could it be, Alonso or Piastri? Those cars are extremely fast, the Ferraris are great at the start. But struggling here is now Lewis Hamilton is around Charles. And Hamilton doesn't even have a pit stop. But still, weakness signs being shown by the Ferraris today. So when Alonso does come in, will he need to take new tires? If he does, will he go into a softer compound? Blue flags for Max Verstappen, P14. Alonso through on Verstappen. Not a problem at all. Stroll through an Ocon, maybe trying to make a late resurgence. Magnussen in the pits. Norris now on 7th. Doesn't need another pit stop. But can he catch the pair of Ferraris? Hamilton maybe ahead of the Ferraris now, but he won't be on his pit exit. Piastri's tires are more than Alonso's, so will he be able to stay ahead once Alonso comes in? Stroll must have been saving everything for something towards the end because he's moving now. They're usually really going few, but they must have been using more of their driving style and strategy today. Piastri now, the only threat to the Aston Martins. As he crosses the line, Alonso almost out of the first sector. Actually, he is out of the first sector now. Alonso has 20 seconds something advantage to Piastri. This is looking really good for Oscar Piastri. The rookie in the McLaren with a chance to win. Alonso's going to be yelling at himself for that mistake he made earlier, because that might have cost him crucial time that he needed to win. But Piastri's last lap was 4 seconds slower than Alonso's. They have had traffic to deal with. In fact, Leclerc was faster. Aston Martin's not moving as quickly as they did earlier in the race. The track temperature has definitely increased. Piastri's last lap quicker than Alonso by a half second. Stroll quicker than his teammate by about a tenth. Piastri's tires, though, are looking really worn. Can he make it to the end on that set? That's Piastri's only concern. I don't know if those tires will make the end of the race. But Alonso's fuel definitely won't.
might be preferring tires to avoid making another tire change. 26.3. Stroll at 25.8. Half a second quicker. Piastri, 25.1, 1.2 seconds quicker than Alonso. Stroll could conceivably catch up to his teammate. What is Alonso up to? Piastri, clearly not trying to save his tires. Every time he makes a good bit of time on the lap car, it just seems to appear and make things a little harder. And the damage that he got from Hulkenburg could have really hurt him. He would have loved to make a little pit stop, even if it was slightly later. Piastri held up by Verstappen on the exit. Verstappen really slow. Piastri's being held up. He just couldn't seem to go around Verstappen. Alonso, 126.4. Stroll, 126.1, 3/10 quicker. Piastri, 129, 3.5 seconds, 3.3 seconds slower. More 3 seconds slower than Alonso. That's really going to hurt Piastri. Somewhere in the region of 20 seconds back now. As Leclerc actually managed to get it. No, he didn't get around Sainz. He's actually been past him. He has managed to hold that position since the pit stops. They're still somewhat in this race. Alonso may have to worry about them if he's not careful. Speaking of that, Alonso is in. There will not be new tires going on the Aston. It is a fuel stop strictly. Stroll also in, only fuel. Alonso on his way out of the pits. Here comes Piastri on the exit. Alonso rolling out slowly. Piastri is going to take the lead. Leclerc looking to potentially take second. Alonso does not get out in front of the Ferraris. But he does get ahead of Sainz. He does not get ahead of Leclerc. Wow. But can Piastri make the end of the race on that tire? It's looking really old. Piastri's battling his tire. Alonso now going to battle Leclerc for second again. Norris also potentially a threat if he has enough fuel to make the end of this race. Absolutely flying. He's ahead of Stroll now. The McLarens and the Aston Martins, the fastest cars, down of the day. Alonso needs to make it around Charles as soon as possible if he can salvage his chances at a win. And Charles needs to keep Alonso behind if he can salvage his chances at a win. Piastri won't need fuel if he pits again. He'll need tires. I don't know if he'll hang on. He's in a position where he could really have a big problem with the tire.
He's got him the fuel, no doubt about that. Leclerc could win 2 in a row. Be the first to do it. After his teammate was denied the opportunity. Both Leclerc and Alonso now had the inside, but Leclerc late braking stays in front. Norris now very close to Sainz, just has to get by the Red Bull. Max Verstappen, he does. Alonso desperately needed to get around Leclerc. He did. Piastri, desperate, praying that his tires can make the end of this race. He may be slowing down as a result of his tire wear. Could Alonso hunt Piastri down now that he knows his tires do have enough life? He was quicker than Piastri on that lap, but there are only about 3 laps, maybe 4 give or take, in this race. Piastri just has to hang on and he can win as a rookie in F1. Everybody may be a rookie here, but Piastri has some of the least driving experience out of anyone in the field. In other news, Magnussen has a point to his name. DeVries just outside the points and look to try and fight Magnussen to get his first point of the season. Tsunoda looking to get points again for the second time this season. George Russell coming in for, or maybe exiting the pits actually, exiting the pits. It gives Tsunoda out to DeVries. He's going to get around, can he get around George Russell before he exits the pits? George Russell accelerating the pits, DeVries into the points. Oscar Piastri's left rear tires almost dead. If he can hang on just a little longer, he wins. Here today, Alonso guaranteed second. Absolutely floored him, making up incredible distance on Piastri. Piastri not in this lap, but you can see him struggling on that tire. 27.2. What does Alonso say? 24.6. He is absolutely hammering it. We could see a last lap battle if Alonso can keep up this pace. His tires are quite old as well, but Piastri's literally on the brink of explosion. Alonso wants enough laps to catch Piastri, but not too many for his tire. Look at him, he's in the distance. Piastri struggling. Very low traction on his tires. The Ferrari's in a much better situation with the tires, but Lando Norris right behind them, looking to steal the thunder. Sargeant still runs 12th. No hope for points. Alonso now on the same straight as Piastri. If Alonso gets around Hulkenburg without an issue, Piastri could be in some real trouble. No trouble is not the way I would define Alonso's ability to get around Hulkenburg. But Hulkenburg, he puts up a fight, in fact. Potentially heading into the pits? Definitely not. Piastri sets at 27.2. Alonso, held up by a lap car, still gets into the 26s. And now he's run off the circuit by Hulkenburg. He's through on Hulkenburg now. An absolute nightmare there. Piastri's tire ready to explode. We have 2 to go here. Can that tire make it? I don't think so. Lando Norris had to pit. No, the team, he was out of fuel, it looked. He was running so quick. Leclerc holding on to that last podium spot. He should be able to keep it unless Stroll can fight him for it. Alonso now through on Bottas. The only car between him and a win is Oscar Piastri. if I'm McLaren's team boss, I'm calling Piastri in just for his safety. As much as I would love to have a car win here, I don't want my driver to be injured. I know he'd be really disappointed, but he'd either have to really back off or just come in. That tire is almost fully dead. And Alonso is right there. Will Piastri come in this lap to change that dead tire? Or will he try and brave it out for one more lap? He's going to try to brave it out for one more lap. Alonso has one lap to fully catch Piastri and pass him. Piastri sliding through the final corner. 27.4, 25.9 for Alonso. This is going to be an incredible battle. A last lap battle for the win. Lance Stroll. Charles Leclerc in the pits. Oh my gosh. Sainz and Stroll going to battle for a final podium spot. Here's Alonso and Piastri. Nose to tail, Piastri's left rear tire completely dead. Will Piastri spin out? Or will he keep it together? Alonso looks for the inside. Can't find it. Piastri doing everything in his power to hold him off. This is incredible. Piastri still has some tire left. Alonso now. He's going to have the slipstream. Can he get the move made down the backstretch? Or will he have to dive it into the last chicane? On board with Alonso now. Can he make the race-winning move? I think Piastri's going to hold on to win. Unless Alonso pulls an amazing move through the final corner. Oscar Piastri takes the flag and wins in Road Atlanta. Fernando Alonso second. What a fucking race. Lance Stroll around Carlos Sainz. He's going to take third place. Carlos Sainz fourth. Norris fifth. Leclerc sixth. Yuki Tsunoda 7th, Lewis Hamilton 8th, Kevin Magnussen 9th, Nyck DeVries scores his first point. George Russell out of the points, Sargeant 12th, Albon 13th, first time out of the points. Max Verstappen 14th, the Ford did not do him any good. Hulkenburg 15th, Gasly 16th, Ocon 17th, those are the best finishes of the season for those two if I'm not wrong. Perez 18th, Bottas 19th, what a race. Oscar Piastri is your winner in Road Atlanta. Alonso must be gutted. He was so close. Now, P3, 2 Aston Martins on the podium. 2-3 for that team. McLaren had a great race time. Was 5th. Oscar Piastri, the winner. Incredible stuff. This just makes you love motorsport all over again, doesn't it? That was a beautiful race. Alonso, what a performance. What a performance by both Aston Martins today. Lawrence Stroll has to be happy. Those cars had to pit on the first lap for damage. They finished second and third. Oscar Piastri pulled an incredible strategy right from underneath us. Lance Stroll managed this incredible podium. The Ferraris knocked off their hind horse. Sainz still likely to have a championship lead after that. Alonso will jump off the standings. Just an incredible race. Something that brings a tear to my eye. As the cars now make their way into the pits. Well, in through the pits, really. Cars will wave through the pits as a signal that they are finished with the race. Or
maybe some cars are coming in because they're going to run out of fuel. Alonso's almost out. Piastri's almost out. Stroll's almost out. But cars cannot pit once the checkered flag is out. Here come the leaders down pit road. Just an incredible race, incredible performance. Your official finishing grid. Winner, Oscar Piastri. Second, Fernando Alonso. Third, Lance Stroll. Fourth, Carlos Sainz. Fifth, Lando Norris. Sixth, Charles Leclerc. Seventh, Yuki Tsunoda. Eighth, Lewis Hamilton. Ninth, Kevin Magnussen. 10th, Nyck DeVries. Valtteri gets a double points finish. Things are looking good for them now. George Russell, 11th, first time out of the points this season. Not a great race for Mercedes, and Hamilton only managed 8th. Logan Sargeant, 12th, just couldn't quite get into the points. Alex Albon, his teammate, finishes behind. First time this season he's done that. Max Verstappen finishes 14th. Nico Hulkenburg, 15th. Pierre Gasly, 16th. Ocon, 17th. Perez, 18th. Valtteri Bottas, 19th. Well, that was an incredible race, folks. It makes me look forward to tomorrow, where we go to Watkins Glen, which is the final race in America for now. After this, we head for Europe, starting with the all-treacherous Nürburgring. It truly has been a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoyed, and good night.